What in tarnations? Golly, you talk about a computer hiccup right there, guys. So happy you're here today. We're here with Tom Rosser, Gateway Mortgage, Enid, Oklahoma metro area. We're coming to you with some amazing mortgage information on the USDA loan program, talking about qualifications, income limits, location, etc., etc. We're not going to be able to talk everything about USDA, as Tom will explain to us. The government loves to change things all the time. So, Tom, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Josh, excited to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
You've got a USDA loan product. I hear that it might be zero down. Is that something that's true?
That is true. So you'll hear it called the USDA Home Loan Program. You'll hear it called RD, an RD loan. Some people call it RD, stands for Rural Development. But it is a 100% loan program. It's a great loan program for people that qualify.
So speaking about qualifying, an RD, rural development, is that what that is?
Yeah, you can go USDA guaranteed. You can go rural RD loan. You can call it whatever you want. So qualification, it was actually created as an incentive for people to move into rural areas. Okay. There are some income limits and there are some geographical limits as well. So we always tell people first step is to go to the USDA website. There's a little address search. You can type in an address. It gives you a green light or a red light. If you want to do some homework beforehand, you can go to their website and search their map, and it'll show you just what areas are considered eligible and what areas are not eligible. So if you're in, downtown OKC, you're not going to qualify for a USDA RD home loan. But once you get to most of Guthrie is going to qualify, or we're in the Enid area, so most of Enid is going to qualify for that USDA loan.
So this is what that map looks like, Tom. Is that what you were talking about?
That's exactly right. Can you zoom in on the Enid area or just Oklahoma?
Yeah, let me see what we could do here. Enid, Oklahoma.
Now, while you're looking,
an exact address: 123 Main Street, Enid. Okay, I'll probably do like you suggested at first and just zoom in on the thing because you know what you're talking about, and I need to quit trying to make a square wheel roll. Oh, Fort Worth, Oklahoma, Watonga. Hold on, I'm getting there. Kingfisher.
Keep going north.
Oh my gosh, Tom, I'm so sorry.
I mean, Josh, I don't see any other brown spots besides, oh, there you go.
So not inside city limits.
Correct. Get outside of the city and there's your area that qualifies.
Wow. So anything outside of this highlighted area, physically, there's still income limits, eligibility limits, household size limits, things like that. But physically, location, anything outside the tan area.
Correct. So we tell you, you can do one of those. One of the two first steps would be find out if the house qualifies. And then obviously we want to find out if the buyer qualifies. Credit and income wise, do they qualify? So on USDA, for most of the loan programs, we're just looking that they have enough income. For USDA, we take it a step further and we make sure they don't have too much income. Are you on the income eligibility? There you go. Yeah, so we type in the income eligibility. It counts all household members that are earning an income. So, if my wife and I are buying a home in Enid, Oklahoma, and we're just outside of that area, so we qualify for a USDA home loan, all other loan programs, we're going to be looking at just my wife and I's income. But if we happen to be taking care of my parents and they are living in the house and they receive Social Security income, that income has to be counted as total household income.
So if you have some stay-at-home parents who are receiving some sort of income, not getting paid back for money that they paid into a broke system, that still needs to be counted.
We're counting all household income, Josh. Yeah. So even if you've got, they'll get into the details of it. Your college kids coming home for the summer and going to live in the house. Are they earning a living? That is.
Wow. Yeah. Or the 16-year-old got a job at the grocery store.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And you got team members at your bank that can help go through this with them online on a Zoom call or something like that. Is that right, Tom?
Absolutely. We'd love to talk to. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Perfect. So I hear that now correct me if I'm wrong. I'm asking you because you're the professional. You know a lot more than I do. I know the real estate side of things. I hear that USDA might be a little less lenient on if you had to file bankruptcy, but then there's also different types of bankruptcy. So is that something that's true that's on the table, or is that just something scuttlebutt?
No, that's true. It's on the table. It's just rare. It's a kind of a rare guideline that we see come across. But I will say right off the bat, right, guidelines change all the time. So sometimes it's tough for us to keep up with the guidelines. Um, this one, the last guideline, right, that USDA in certain cases you can be 12 months outside of a bankruptcy and still qualify for a USDA home loan. It requires the judge to sign off on it and the judge to agree to it, but it can be done.
Wow. So when the judge may or may not agree to something like that, they're also probably taking into account the creditors and the whole case that was put before them, and that's why it's going to require a judge to sign off on.
Yeah, so the judge, for whichever one you've chosen, the chapter 13, chapter 7, the judge is, looking at your debts, and if you're paying them back, the judge will decide if a house payment is going to hurt your ability to pay back your creditors or not. Or if the judge looks at it and says, hey, well, they're paying $1,000 in rent already. I don't know if $1,000 house payment's going to be any different. Let's go ahead and let them do it. Then the judge will let you do that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm just looking at the frequently asked question page uh, on the USDA home loan. So with it being one of those government programs, a question that I'm looking at is if the government goes into one of those weird situations where they don't approve funding for the government, does that affect the USDA home loan closing by chance?
It would affect because they do the budget every year. If they can't decide on a budget, then they freeze the spending, right? So it impacts all those government loans. The Native American program is impacted. The USDA program is impacted. FHA can be impacted as well.
Oh, wow. So pretty much all government loans, if the government can't agree on a debt ceiling, when that happens, if that happens, all of those loans, not just USDA, will typically just kind of freeze up
You,
while the two
you
parties figure it out.
you wait for a government decision on the budget, 100%.
Wow. What about rate locks and situations like that, Tom? Does that affect the borrower's rate lock, or do they automatically get a pass to get the same rate because the government wasn't able to make a decision?
They don't get a pass because the government wasn't able to get to make a decision. Um,
Wow.
it'd be a rare case where they shut us down for long enough to impact, a closing and an interest rate. And we do everything we can to protect that for a consumer for sure.
Okay. And as with all loans, whenever you start the loan process, whenever you start the home buying process, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't go get a Sears credit card. Don't go buy a new car. Don't go buy new furniture for your home. Don't do any of that until you close on your new home. Is that right?
Mathis Brothers, Lowe's, and Home Depot are the big enemies, right? So you get the new house, you want to go furnish it, you go buy a bunch of furniture at Mathis Brothers. You need a new fridge, a new washer and dryer, you go to Lowe's and Home Depot. We definitely tell you to wait until closing.
Wait until closing, guys. No matter what that store tells you, if they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the lender, this isn't going to affect anything," don't sign up for any credit. Don't do anything. Don't even use a lot of your cash unless you've talked to Tom first about using a lot of your cash. Because Tom, please, you're the lender. I can't say things like this, but that theoretically affects your debt to income ratio or your assets.
Yeah, I mean, if you go into debt buying some furniture and they tell you, oh, it's zero interest or, oh, no payments for so long, it absolutely is a new debt and we have to calculate a payment against you. It impacts your debt ratio. Yes.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, Tom. Well, so USDA loans, they're an option that's out there for the Enid, Oklahoma metro area to use. to potentially get a new home loan. We looked at the map where it doesn't look like inside the city of Edmond qualifies, but everywhere outside the city of Edmond or Enid does qualify. Sorry, I was just on my Edmond channel. But even talking about Edmond, outside Edmond, like Logan County, they qualify for USDA loans too, right, Tom?
Correct. Yes.
A lot of Logan County. It's probably just the same as Garfield County, where not inside Guthrie qualifies.
Right, and if you think about Oklahoma, right, you jump to Tulsa and OKC first, right, where they're not going to qualify, and then you think Enid, Lawton. What other what other areas you think won't qualify? But there's not a ton.
Right, because the populations are so dispersed over a large amount of area. So, wow, this has been super informative, Tom. As always, we really appreciate your time. And for the real estate agents out there watching the channel, you got something coming up on Friday that they need to be made aware of.
We've got a luncheon on Friday at Edmond Board of Realtors, 11:30 to 1 o'clock. It's on personal finance. It counts for 1 hour of CE.
All right. If you'll get us that link, we'll put it down in the comments so everyone has that. And then on the 1st of February, you got something coming up too for all your real estate friends, don't you?
At my office, we're going to teach video. Come see us.
Right,
we need to RSVP on that one, but yes, come see us.
Perfect, guys. Tom, loan questions, what number do they call?
405-751-3800. We would love to help.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for everything. We're going to let you go with this beautiful rural home that is available in Luther, Oklahoma. Depending on income limits and everything, you might actually qualify for, but that's what we're going to lead you out on this home. At the time of this video, this house was available. Call, text, or email us, and we can help you with it on the loan side and on the real estate side.
Thanks, Josh.